Hello, science heads. So, for the uninformed, I have made a bet with Mr. Sean Cowles, a longtime foe of this channel. And the bet is as follows. He made a video, and this is my video response to his video.
And I proposed a like-dislike voting system, but he said that would be too biased as he thinks that only fans of Flat Earth come to this channel, so instead, what I'm opting for is a simple voting method wherein you can either say I win or he wins, comment that on either this video or on his video, and at the end of 1 week, I will tally up all the responses, and whether you say I win or he wins, and whoever gets the most comments saying they win, well, depending on if I win or not, if I lose, I have to delete this YouTube channel. So if you support the fine scientific crusades which I have taken part in, then please, by all means, vote for me. And in the comment section, just say Science 2.0 wins or Sean Cowles wins if you think that Sean Cowles wins. Because the challenge is, which is a very risky wager, I will have to delete this YouTube channel if I get the least votes.
Again, I've decided to make it comment-based voting instead of like-dislike, so
here's my response, in which I will attempt to prove the flat Earth. And I know I can because I'm very good at it. First off, let's take a look at this Filet-O-Fish box from a McDonald's restaurant. It means that there are fish, and thus there is an ocean. But if there's an ocean, what's inside? That's right, a little Ronald McDonald. Much like Pennywise in the sewer, Ronald McDonald lurks within every fish-o-filet box that McDonald's sells. And that's just true. And it says, get our app. And Ronald McDonald is inside the box like Pennywise about to spring out. This is a Filet-O-Fish box, meaning there are fish and there are oceans. But on what shape of Earth, we cannot tell, for only H.P. Lovecraft and Jordan Peele hold that secret. Next, let's have a look at this body arm cast, which has a bandage system, obviously. And it's bandaged to the point where
this bandage has been around an arm, meaning that we all come from stardust, and the Earth is flat because our hands are round. As you can see, this arm opening is very round, and so you can tell the arm opening of this cast is round, and it's covered in all kinds of signatures. I don't know from what, but whatever marker made these is obviously flat. Alright, moving on in our line of evidence against the preposterous round Earth.
Here's a monkey, and this isn't our ancestor, of course, because creationism is false, but let's say that his feet are entirely flat, just like the flat Earth, and this green ball in his mouth, whoops, it's much like the fake globe Earth model, and so this is fake, made up, and then his feet, of course, are real. So I'd say this monkey is rather good evidence against the globe Earth model. Hopefully I'm presenting my point well here. Here's a bottle of Can Destroyer. Now, what this means is that it can destroyer, as in it can destroy stuff, and it is empty, because it makes no sound when I shake it, and it's a bottle of medicine, and it makes you stop being fat. And since people want to be flat, not fat, that means Earth is flat. And again, the bottom is flat, the lid is flat, and again, this is not fake, neither is naturalnews.ca, or .com, or whatever domain name it has. Natural News is a fine resource. Now, our next resource, just fell off the table here. It is indeed a Sesame Street Sanitation Department truck, and Sesame Street is inhabited by some puppets which were abandoned in the early stages of the show. Very few people know of them. They were called Flat Earthatrons, and they were relatives of Big Bird, but after a while they were phased out because Jim Henson realized that the Earth wasn't flat. And again, notice how the wheels are designed to roll along a flat Earth, and not, as many would say, a curved Earth. So again, this is very easy to see, and I don't know how people don't see it, right? It's not that hard, and you'd have to be some kind of idiot to not get this.
Next up, we've got a picture of Alex Jones. Here's Alex Jones, and here's Kellyanne Conway. And they're having a meet and greet on the Trump lawn, and it's a picture between Alex Jones and Kellyanne Conway, correct? So, say this is Alex Jones. Alex Jones, of course, believes that the Earth is flat, as does Kellyanne Conway. And they're both staunch allies in the fight against disinformation and the like. So, you've got to say, they're totally legit in their fight against Kellyanne Conway and Alex Jones are fighting against myths. Hopefully this is a good photograph of people who agree with me in their fine beliefs that make no sense, but whatever. Conservative ideologies don't make any sense, but I enjoy them. I hope my channel doesn't get deleted. I am enjoying spreading the truth with you, dear viewers.
Next up, we have a Transformer comic. It's from, December of when? It's from December 1986. On the inside, of course, there is an ad with the older-looking M&Ms that don't have stupid jokes. They're just kind of galloping around. And then on the back cover, we have an ad for Blow Pops featuring Gumby and Pokey. Here, of course, on the cover it says humans are wimps, which the Transformers have apparently scrawled upon the Statue of Liberty in a kind of graffiti, and what this means actually is that humans are wimps because they can't understand that the Earth is flat, and Transformers know it. Look at how awesome that Transformer is. He's blasting things out of his limbs. He knows that the Earth is flat, and he did a graffiti on the Statue of Liberty that says humans are wimps. Also, notice that the Statue of Liberty up at the top has an Illuminati detail, if you notice very closely. So I'm kind of pulling out all the stops here on the road to proving flat Earth. Again, more evidence. Here is a draw poker machine. I don't have batteries in it right now because the size of batteries requires a penny that you put in to activate the electrical circuit, because it doesn't take AAA or AA or any battery of the type, and I haven't been able to figure out how to use it without putting a penny in to increase the length of the electrical circuit. But again, you press these buttons at various points, and top here there are some cards, and they kind of spin like a slot machine, then you can tell. Except this doesn't take money, so it's not illegal. And I don't live in Las Vegas. I don't know if you can own slot machines in Las Vegas, but this doesn't take money. It's nothing like real draw poker, because poker is a very democratic gambling game. But I lost all my life savings in Las Vegas, as some of you longtime fans of this show will know. And it wasn't very fun because I thought I'd win by playing all the slots, but I didn't. But it was fun anyway. But this is not a slot machine, it's just a easy toy. And it has, again, notice how the cards is to prove flat Earth. The cards are flat. You just gotta notice those little details. Cards are made to be flat because Earth is flat. They're not curved, which would correspond with the surface of the Earth. Okay, just a few more pieces of evidence here before I go into the big finish. This is a remote control. It works by satellite transmissions that make either Alex Jones go on, or I can make The Bachelor come on. But again, this works by satellite transmissions, and satellites don't actually exist. Instead, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man exists, and he basically carries the signals from the remote to the TV. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man does, but this is again proof that there isn't a flat Earth because there are no satellites and they can't carry the remote to the TV and say, I want InfoWars or I want The Bachelor, so this is yet more proof that Earth is flat. It seems I'm beating Sean Cowles. This is good. Here's this.
This movie doesn't have Joan Crawford. It has Faye Dunaway.
Okay. Here is Meet the Parents with Robert De Niro and Ben Stiller. Robert De Niro, of course, is Taxi Driver. And if this old version of Robert De Niro, as a retired Vietnam War vet, or I guess CIA intelligence operative, were to battle with the version of Robert De Niro that's Taxi Driver would win because he's much younger and more psychotic. In this, Robert De Niro is much more of a comic old character. And here's Ben Stiller. Notice the lie detector. The lie detector is set on a flat table, and Ben Stiller here looks very nervous, and that's not because he's about to be lie detected by his father-in-law. What's actually going on here is he's nervous because he knows that the Earth is flat, but no one will admit it. He's looking into your very soul and he's saying, look, the Earth is flat. Didn't I tell you? Ha ha ha. And then, of course, he's wearing the shoes. The shoes that say, I am a Scientologist, and I am proud to be a Scientologist, and Scientologists think the Earth is flat. Some could even construe this picture as a kind of Thetan reading, a kind of electronic meter reading, so this is, again, proof of the flat Earth. And if you say it's not, then you're totally wrong. Final piece of evidence. The new and improved Mr. Monopoly. You know how on all the old chance cards, Mr. Monopoly looks like a little cartoon man made with lines? Well, say bye-bye to that, because Hasbro has turned him now into a CGI abomination, and his fingers look way too real, his mustache is like a chunk of something instead of real hair, and his fingers are short and stubby, and he's altogether just nightmarish, and I don't know why they did this with him, but this is how he looks now, so get used to it. Also, he's a capitalist. If there was a communist monopoly, everyone would lose, because communism can never work, because we've only tried it 3 times, but communists think the earth is round. But I was 89, I went up with Yuri Gagarin, and I proved them all wrong. I said, look Yuri, the earth is flat, and Mr. Monopoly's hat, the top of his hat is flat, and his hand, look at his hand in the Monopoly logo, and look at all those buildings. They're all flat. It's not that hard to figure out, really. Alright, that was our last piece of evidence. Now we're going to go into some deep analysis. We're going to go into some very deep analysis, which I have prepared for this event. Sean Cowles, get ready to lose. Look at this, see? Here's my conspiracy agenda paper. Now, does this pen work? Does it work? Come on, pen. There we go. The ink of... wait, no. Shoot, darn. Wait. Sorry. Okay, I am back. Here is a marker, and again, here is the conspiracy sheet. And I hope that this proves once and for all that you're wrong. Let's say this is a Illuminati headquarters CEO, where all the evil Illuminati people hang out. We got the eye, the pyramid. Here's Earth. It's a flat disc, and here's the Oscar Mayer Weenie Mobile, where Satan tricks the sun into coming down, because Satan is evil and hates good things like hot dogs, and I can't see what I'm drawing very well, but here's Satan. So there he is. He's a malevolent little trickster, isn't he? Here's America. Here's Africa. Here's Europe. How do you draw it again? Oh yeah, right. Here's Europe, so this is, again, Europe. It looks kind of like the Prince symbol. And here's Asia. And there's Australia. There's Antarctica, Hobbit Land, and where Lenny Kravitz hangs out. Then there's Mad Max World. What else? There's... oh yeah, Star Trek World. Here's the Starship Enterprise. They can see that the Earth is flat, of course. And then there's like... so here's all the inner circle. Alex Jones. And then we got Trump. And here, and we got me. And we got the Muslims, right? And the Muslims have turbans, and they don't like... they're terrorists, I mean, no, not Muslims, that's politically incorrect. ISIS, right? And then we got the Big Brother Eye, which is, you know, in George Orwell universe. And then we got George Orwell and Ayn Rand here. And then we got, I'm almost out of time, I hope this is enough to make you believe. So, Earth's flat, not round. This is crazy round Earth, where everything is crazy. Here's the moon, we never landed on, you know, we never did. And then here's like, here's a lemon. Wait, see how good I can draw a lemon? I'm not crazy, okay? There's some, here's the mountain, here's the static equilibrium polygraph. I'm very smart scientifically. Here's a cross, here's Jesus, right? Here's a cross, and then there's like, whoops, and then there's like, ooh, and then, oh yeah, Hitler is evil. I don't like Hitler. And then there's Jared Fogle. And then there's, Subway. And finally, Pennywise the Clown is over it all. Or Ronald McDonald, I guess, if you could say he's kind of in it. And he's like, haha, I'm Ronald McDonald. So anyway, this is the Earth as I see it, and it's a crazy, crazy wild ride, and you just gotta learn about it. So, there's my
diagram of the whole world and all of its inhabitants. So, you got it, Sean Cowles. I better win. So vote for me, and everything will be alright.